we have him, QB, QB1, QB2, QB3, QB4. We don't know yet. It's Mo in the middle. You guys may know him as Mo Hasan. How are you doing, Mo? Welcome back to Paper Route.
What's up, brother?
Thank you, man. I brought all my hot takes. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I can't lie. That was the first thing he said to me. Before he said hello, he said, I'm ready for these hot takes.
Let's go. I got him.
Got to get these takes out. Let's go. No, it's good, man. This is what I Am Athlete's all about. Mo is doing some amazing things on the field and off the field. Obviously, quarterback, played at the University of Vanderbilt, and also USC, the Trojans. Now have several trials. Just did the University of Miami's Pro Day. All 32 teams represented, so we'll see what happens there. But the things that are really keeping you in the news today is your podcast, right? How do you feel about being one of the first athletes, young athletes, building out his own show? How does it feel?
It's fun. It's a blast. It's kind of like a locker room vibe, you know, and like every day we kind of have these conversations and debates, as you know, like you and the old guys on I'm Athlete, and it's kind of that fun atmosphere that we bring on the show, but we do it kind of more of a college football feel. So down here in South Florida, we had a lot of the UM guys on, stirring the pot. We had some clips go crazy recently.
Yes.
And yeah, man, just having fun with it.
There we go. So hopefully, and you know, we'll get to a lot of college football. You play with Caleb Williams, the quarterback out there in USC, who's going to be drafted #1 overall unless something wild happens. So we'll get into some of that. I want to get into you know, your takes when it comes to the quarterbacks coming out in this draft, and also some of the guys already in the NFL. So we'll certainly dive there. Andrew, before we get started, because I was going to tell you to get into the show.
Okay.
How are you doing? You good?
I'm doing good.
You sure?
Yeah. I'm good.
Right.
I feel good. B, you'll be proud of me. I worked out twice this week. I'm starting the journey.
I'm such an asshole, BC. You know what I'm going to say. Only twice? BC.
Bro. This level, the soreness in the beginning, it'll run you away. But I'm taking my time. I'm doing it every 2 days.
There you go.
I'm working different body parts. So I think you'll be happy, man.
No, I am happy. I'm still an asshole. I feel like it's Thursday. You should be on workout 4. So you worked out Monday?
I worked out Tuesday and I worked out today.
So Tuesday, Thursday,
yeah.
And so you're going to skip today?
No, I worked out this morning.
Today.
Yeah,
and
today.
Then you're going to skip tomorrow.
And do Saturday.
Yeah. Okay, great.
I'm trying to keep it every 2 days right now.
Yeah, because when we first started the show, Mo, Andrew was in a great rhythm where he would come in early, be the first guy in, like work out, you know what I mean, crushing it, go shot. Like we have this is like a 5-star resort.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And he was utilizing all the amenities. And then all of a sudden, he loses his pal.
He slacked off.
Yeah, he loses his pal, his workout mate, and he just stopped. So I am proud of you for getting back into it.
Yep.
And for all you slobs out there.
Yeah, slobs.
I was a slob. I'm still a little slob. I was a slob for about 2 years. I'm now getting myself back into shape. So for all you slobs out there, there's never a perfect time.
No.
Never a perfect time. Take care of yourself. Health is wealth. We're passionate about this here at I Am Athlete, also House of Athlete. You know, dads, going to be dads, entrepreneurs, right? Brothers, take care of yourselves. Even the ladies out there that's listening to Faction Talk and Channel 103 and Paper Route, take care of yourself as well. Do it for you. Do it for your family. And don't do it for the gram. BC, what up? Why you over there smiling and cheesing? What, dog? What?
Can't wait.
Yo, nothing, man. I'm just chilling. What's up?
Oh, B, I did want to mention this.
I'm gonna start clowning BC's
You
ass.
got
He
to.
just be so cool, no, BC, we're live already. He just just chilling.
Like he on the block.
Yeah, motherfucker, we ain't in Brooklyn right now.
Just cooling, man. What's up?
B, you know what it was though? That basketball game. That was the catalyst.
Wow.
Bro, there was one moment where I thought I was going to throw up. And I was like, okay, Okay, I think I've reached my threshold of unfitness.
Wow.
I need to get back out there.
Thought you was gonna
So-
throw up on a little pickup.
Over a little pickup, bro. It was crazy. We were playing with 15-year-olds.
Did they smoke y'all?
They smoked each other because we kind of like, y'all play each other. Like, all the 30 and up play over here and all the 15 and down play over there. But, yeah, that was the catalyst, man. But let's get into this show, guys. We start with some QB news, as we have a QB on the show today. Russell
Yes,
Wilson is the designated QB1 in Pittsburgh, and Justin Fields is the backup. However, an NFL executive told ESPN that the Steelers could release Wilson if he doesn't play well in training camp. B, are you buying this?
I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it because what NFL executive knows the Pittsburgh Steelers business? So Omar Khan, he's sitting around with other executives and GMs, and he's saying, hey, guys, look, we just picked up Russell Wilson, but this is the play. Like, I don't see that happening. Do I see him thinking this way? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, you got Russell Wilson on veteran minimum. What is it, $1.2, $1.3 million? And if he doesn't play well, yeah, you can get away from Russell Wilson for almost nothing, right?
Yep.
In football terms, almost nothing. But I just don't see another executive, understanding and really knowing what they're thinking and what they're doing. Now, as an executive, I can see Adam Schefter and an executive sitting down, Mo, and he's like, yeah, I can see the Steelers doing this, right? Because you're an executive, you're in that position. And listen, the game plan and the template isn't that different for all 32 teams, right? Like, you understand the strategy. Now, I will say this, though. What people need to understand, like, is like Russell Wilson, he doesn't have bad days, right? Like, meaning like in practice, how he shows up at work. So we're talking about Russell Wilson being let go in training camp. I played with Russell Wilson. I've known Russell Wilson for a long time. I know guys and coaches who've been around Russell for years. I'm telling you, it doesn't get any better than Russell Wilson. Now, if we were looking at a Russell Wilson, that physically couldn't do it anymore, broken down, his body's beat up, then I can say, all right, this could be a possibility. But Russell Wilson's in great shape, just worked out with him. Russell Wilson still has the passion and the fire, the desire to go win. You heard his comments, I want to win 2 in 4 years. Aaron Donald retires. What did Aaron Donald say yesterday on his own podcast? I don't have the passion for the game anymore to go through 17 games, to go through training camp. Russell Wilson has that, right?
What's up, boys? Check it out. Today's podcast is brought to you by a game changer and something that has personally helped me on and off the field, the brain boosting supplement, Tri-Neuro. This is not your average nootropic. Let me break it down for you guys. Tri-Neuro is here to tackle neuroinflammation and neurodegeneration head on. Basically, it's going to supercharge your brain, and if you've played football or any contact sport like I do, it will protect you in the long run. And even if you haven't, it's proven to improve things like memory, cognition, and creativity. And get this, price-performance ratio is unmatched. It's like getting a Ferrari for the price of a scooter. Plus, it's not whipped up in some random dude's basement. Tri-Neuro is the brainchild of world-renowned neurosurgeon Dr. Javier Figueroa. Sourced and manufactured in the good old US of A, so you don't have to worry about some shady overseas mystery labs. Plus, it's on its way toward NSF certification, so that way you know there's no mystery ingredients. It's just some great American brain power. Now let's get back to the episode.
And so what I'm saying is, yes, right? Russell Wilson is QB1. They gave him that. Great job, Pittsburgh Steelers. But it is a competition. And it will make both of those guys better, Mo, in that room. But I'm telling y'all right now, Russell Wilson will not be cut in no training camp. The only way that he'll be cut from the Pittsburgh Steelers is the Pittsburgh Steelers are sitting at 0-6, 0-7. They're like, oh, okay, this is one of the worst years we've ever had. Let's just now go build for the future. We're going to throw Justin Fields in there. When I tell you Russell Wilson is a pro's pro, Russell Wilson is a machine. He's a machine. He's going to be the first one in the building. He's going to be the last one to leave. Justin Fields is not going to outwork him. He'll match him because he has to. But he's going to be following Russell Wilson. But there's no way in hell that Justin Fields will outwork Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is one of the best I've ever been around. And when I said that he doesn't have bad days, what I mean by that is, yeah, he might go out there and fumble a snap every once in a while. Quarterbacks throws interceptions in practice for sure. But when I tell you that what you want in a quarterback, how to operate an offense, how to approach film review and, the study room and practice, it doesn't get any better than that. So I do not see Russell Wilson being cut in training camp, Mo. Like, from a quarterback's perspective, what do you see? How do you feel about this? You think this could happen?
Yeah, B, I agree with you. I think that report's dumb. I talked to Ike Taylor, the legendary Steelers DB, when I was at Miami Pro Day. So he's one of the coaches. He was running the drills. I was talking to him actually for a while about Russ and kind of like how this new team is looking with a lot of new faces. He, inside that room, inside that franchise, there's a lot of high hopes. Like, they think they can bring back Seattle Russ. I think with the stability of what Mike Tomlin brings, I think with the electricity outside with George Pickens, Arthur Smith, I think, is a really great offensive mind. If they can bring back what he was able to do with Ryan Tannehill in Tennessee with a lot of play action with Najee, some intermediate digs, posts, and taking a few shots here now and there. They're really excited about Russ. The most interesting part here is, why did Justin Fields choose Pittsburgh? Because apparently the report was that he had a few different options. Yep. And I know Ryan Poles wanted to do well by him and give him trade him to a situation that he wanted to be in. So it's like, what's going on in Justin's mind? Is it, hey, Russell didn't play well in Denver, I think I can take over? Or is it, I can learn from Russ for like 2 years, and then him being my mentor, I could take over after that?
You answer the question. What do you think it is? Let's be real now. Let's be real, Mo. What do you think it is? Come on, say it.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to play. I've never met Justin, but like, as a competitor, he's been a starter since he's been 5 years old. Like, he's never been benched. So I think he's probably leaning towards, hey, the team starts off 0-3, 0-4, 1-3. Like, he's gonna get an opportunity.
Yeah. I think it's that's exactly what you just said, basically, with different words. But BC, I think it's A. I think it's what Mo said first. It's Russell Wilson, from the outside looking in. Year one, definitely the team. Nobody played well. Year two, he played well. He put up good numbers, but we still were suspicious of Russell Wilson. So Justin Fields is sitting back, BC, and he's like, hell yeah, that's why I want to go there. Exactly. It's a good situation, and I can beat out Russell Wilson. That's what he's thinking.
That's what he's thinking. That's exactly what he's thinking. He's like, yo, I'm going to go over here. That's a sweet spot. He's thinking like, yo, it's sweet over here. I'm going to go in here, do my thing. They're going to, I'm going to outwork them. I'm going to kill them. I'm going to take over. It's my job. You know what I mean? He's going in there with the mindset that's his job.
So I'll say this really quickly. Look, Russell Wilson is a brother, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm a fan also. I'm a fan of greatness. I'm a fan of dudes that do it the right way. I'm a fan of guys that I can tell my sons he's doing it the right way. What can you learn from him? Figure it out and take it and put it into your toolbox. I'm a fan of Russell Wilson. I'm also a huge fan of Justin Fields. Mm-hmm. I think the kid is special, and I like him as a person, right? There's been several times I've communicated with him in passing. There's been times we messaged each other, right? Like, I am a fan of Justin Fields, the football player and the person. Sometimes you're in situations where it just doesn't work out. We expect these quarterbacks to come in year one, year two, and be fucking Aaron Rodgers. Just doesn't happen like that for everyone. And it doesn't mean that they're not good. And there's so many other factors, and we don't have to get into that. We don't have to throw anybody in the bus. But I'm telling you, Justin Fields is a player. He needs the right situation, right? Look at Aaron Rodgers. I saw something yesterday online where it's like talking about our guy, his quarterback, USC, went to the Jets, bounced around a little bit.
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold's turning what, 26, 27?
Yeah, he's young.
He's about to turn 27. Do you know Aaron Rodgers was drafted at 22, sat on the bench for 4 years, and didn't get his first start till he was 27?
That's crazy.
Right around 27?
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
Right? Think about that.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold is young. So I'm even saying, throwing Sam Darnold in this conversation. There's a possibility that Sam Darnold can get his career on track and be legendary. And get it on track because of everything that we said and the expectations we put on him. But Sam Darnold is young. So what I'm saying is this. Justin Fields is him. I like Justin Fields. Okay? Maybe this is, throw up the thing on the back. Put the thing on the back. What is it called? What's the thing that the little background that y'all just had? The segment.
Oh, take it or leave it.
Take it or leave it. Maybe this is the fucking take it or leave it spot. You don't have to do it. But this is the take it or leave it spot right here. Okay? A new segment brought to you by Paper Route via I Am Athlete. Take it or leave it. So here's my take it or leave it take right here, Mo, and I'll let you guys respond. Justin Fields is probably thinking option A. Russell Wilson, look, is there for the taking. Now, before I get into my take it or leave it, I'm going to say this. This quarterback room will be phenomenal, and it will be healthy, but it's going to be competition, and they're going to push each other, going to make each other better. Russell's going to teach Justin so much. Justin's going to learn so much. And I also believe that Justin's going to teach Russell some things and also push Russell. That's what you want as a competitor. Sometimes it's better when it comes from inside and not outside, right? We will probably get Russell Wilson's best year ever. But here's a take it or leave it. The Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be in a conundrum at the end of this year. Russell Wilson will be an MVP candidate.
Whoa.
Russell Wilson was in a new system last year. Coach Payton was clear that Coach Payton really was super conservative and was really holding Russell Wilson back in a lot of ways. And the guy, before he was benched with games left, a couple of games left, still had 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. And he was, second in the AFC in most categories, passing categories. Most, right? Couple. Now in this situation, with a bigger chip on his shoulder, almost in a healthier place where it's like, damn, that pressure's not there, the expectation's not there. It's still there for him. You know, he wants his legacy, Super Bowls and all of that. But it's not the same weight. The Pittsburgh Steelers will be in a conundrum. Russell Wilson will not lose his job. Justin Fields probably get in and have a package for him. If they're smart, they'll do that. But they're not going to disrupt Russell Wilson's play. They can't do that. They'll do it in a healthy way, right? Justin Fields will show extremely well in the offseason, in training camp, and also preseason, and also when he get his opportunities, maybe here and there in the game or in practice. And they're going to have to look at themselves internally and say, do we extend Russell Wilson and give him $50-something million a year? Or do we go with Justin Fields and maybe Justin Fields gets like a Danny Dimes type of deal? What do you do? What's going to happen is Russell Wilson's going to be extended by the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going to keep him. And Justin Fields is going to be in prime position to go to another place and be the starter and get a really good deal. Do you guys take it or do you leave it, Mo?
Yeah, B, the issue with Russ has never been being a pro's pro. We know this dude works. He's posting all these videos. He's a grinder. It's more about him relating with the guys and fit in as a culture. So as someone who played with him, I want to know what your take on Russ is, because I listened to Marshawn, I believe, tell Shannon that story of not even having his phone number. And that's someone who's in the trenches with him, someone who's in the backfield with him, played with him for almost a decade.
That's right.
There's a lot of debate. It's a very polarizing kind of idea about Russell as the person. How is he? And is he able to bring guys along with him as a new guy in Pittsburgh?
That's right. Russell Wilson is different. Russell Wilson is the All-American boy. Russell Wilson is a Christian. Russell Wilson is not going to be in the locker room talking about what girls we met last night or what clubs we're going to tomorrow. Russell Wilson's not that. Russell Wilson's going to be carrying a gallon of water. This is why I carry a gallon of water. You talk about influence. I'm him. I'm Brandon Marshall. I played 13 years in the National Football League, and I put up Hall of Fame numbers. In my time with Russell Wilson, he's influenced me. This is one of the reasons why I walk around with a gallon, because Russell Wilson walks through the building or walks through life with a gallon of water, okay? So Russell Wilson's all about business. If it's not about business, then Russell Wilson showing up at the cafeteria table and in the locker room and we're talking about Club Live and we're talking about jewelry and all these other things, it's probably going to feel a little awkward. Why? Because Russell Wilson probably rather talk about his kids or family. He'd rather talk about football. He can't get football off his mind. And he probably rather talk about business as well. And one of the things that he can't talk about most of the time, which he's really brilliant at, he's building an empire, is his business, right? If it's not in those areas, then he's not really that relatable. It's like what we have in common is football and football, that's it. So I get it, okay? But Russell Wilson, you mentioned Marshawn Lynch in this interview that he did with Shannon Sharpe, talking about, I called him and he called me back from a private number. I talked to Russ, and Russ said, man, man, laughing. He said, man, Marshawn was on that Hennessy, man. You know what I'm saying? And I know Marshawn. I love Marshawn. Marshawn is like Marshawn's him. Like I love Marshawn. But I will say this as a Russell Wilson friend, brother, and fan. There's times Russell Wilson called me from block numbers. So I don't know what happened 10 years ago. But what I do know is Russell Wilson sometimes calls me from block numbers. Hell, sometimes he calls me from Sierra cell number. I'm like, what the hell is this 404 number? Oh, B, this is C. Russ is in the car. He wants to talk to you here. Damn, Russ, just what happened to the first number? Yeah. So who knows what Russell Wilson was thinking there? Okay. And then also Cam Newton is a guy who I'm really like, it's another brother. He calls me from private numbers, right? So like this whole thing of like this and that, I just think when a guy like Russell Wilson is in the center of a lot of controversy and everybody's talking, it's almost like a snowball effect. It just gets bigger and bigger and faster to the point where, like, and for him, for instance, it gets out of control. Marshawn Lynch went so many years speaking highly of Russell. For sure, they had moments, and that's in any relationship, especially on a team where guys may rub you the wrong way or say something you don't like. But he went how many years speaking highly of Russ, and then he has this one moment on Shannon Sharpe's podcast, and he says, he says a few things like, I just think it's because of where Russ is at and all the commentary around Russ right now, where it's just. He has to win. Winning cures all.
I will say this to answer your question. I want to say take it, but I wish I could leave it. And what I mean by that is I believe that Russ actually does have the opportunity to make a comeback, especially his skill set. He's still very young. But the reason why I want to leave it is because Justin is far younger and has starting experience. And I think that people will factor that in if Russ doesn't do good. And that's the thing is we're stuck in the spiral of offseason. So, like, we really don't know. Like, is Russ going to make – like, was Russ making a comeback and we just don't know it yet?
Right.
Or is Justin Fields going down? Like, we don't know yet. So that's why I say I want to take it because that's the most proven concept is Russ taking that job. That's the proven concept. I want to leave it because it's still questionable where he goes at 35 to 36.
And when you say leave it, that means you're really riding with Justin.
Justin, correct.
That is crazy, VC. You know why that's crazy? And Mo, you know why that's crazy?
Why?
Russell Wilson had this man in his home. He stayed in Russell Wilson's guest house. He had grapes waiting for you, Andrew. Russell Wilson had grapes waiting for you.
Russ,
tell him about the experience.
Thank you so much. Yes, I stayed at Russell Wilson's guest house.
The thanks I get.
Well, we talked about
He had a driver pick him up. He had a chauffeur for 2 days.
Damn,
that's crazy.
Took me to McDonald's at 2 a.m. in the morning. I appreciate everything, Russ. But I have my GM hat on.
That's fine.
And I'm thinking like
crazy,
a GM.
Bro.
I'm thinking more.
Real quick. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Chauffeur, bodyguard.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Trip to
guest house, all the candy you can eat.
Tell them about the experience when we get to the crib. You pull up, the gate opens up.
Yeah, bro. The gate opens up. It's about 3 miles to the front door, first of all. So you got a good 5-minute drive to the front door.
Oh.
At night, you can't even tell, but it's not a mansion. It's not an estate. It's a compound. Bro, like, he has a football field. He has a barn, about 30 cars on the lot, his own home, guest house, playhouse. Like, no, it's crazy.
Yeah, I see the field that he works out, and it looks cool.
That's his house.
Yeah.
That's his house.
That's a flex. To have your own football field.
And what's crazy is and I want you to finish the story, what's crazy is when we were my last year in the league and I was playing in Seattle, we were sitting in a hot tub and he was showing me on his iPad, he's like, look, I'm going to buy this house. And he's like, yeah, me and Sierra are trying to debate, do we turn this barn into, a training facility or her studio, da-da-da. And they end up doing both. And it's super dope to see. And I told him that when we were there, I was like, man, it's pretty cool to see, all y'all hard work, Sierra's and yours, bring forth this, right? And you and sitting there in a hot tub with you and you showing me this crib and saying, I really want this crib. And if I do X, Y, Z, I'm going to get this crib. Yeah. And for us to be sitting there at 2 a.m. with a car coming to get us in the freaking guest house. And he had grapes. He had candles on.
No. I didn't have the grapes.
And now he said, I want to leave it. This is crazy.
Disloyal. Disloyal.
Bro, I can't go under any more buses this week. Like, no, I just believe if I put my GM hat on that, like...
No. Finish your story of your experience and then put your GM hat on.
And Russ
did you also tell him that you had a chef?
I did have a chef make me breakfast. Russ was incredible. He was super nice. Felt like a friend I had for years.
You can't switch up now, bro.
Did you play pickleball with Sierra?
No, I didn't get to.
Okay.
I didn't get to. I didn't get those experiences.
It was just me and someone else?
I did play with, I think I played a little shoot around like 3 minutes with Future. That was it. Like, he was getting ready to go or something, and I just walked on the court.
He's a part of the family. And he said,
you know what sucks? Remember when you was on the call with Russ? And he was like, yo, Russ. And he was like, hey, what's up, fam?
Yeah.
And now look at me hating.
Wow.
Yeah, basically, so we had such a great time when we did that special with Russ. And he really brought us in as family, right? And so it was good because it's expensive to travel and shoot these, and you know this, doing your own podcast, to travel around the country and, you're traveling with team and equipment. It's extremely expensive. And Russ was like, yeah, y'all just stay at my crib, no problem, whatever you need. And he really put us up. But it was such an amazing experience for all of us, that it's like all of us are like forever connected, right? Because this was a big moment for Russ. He doesn't talk. And so Andrew, big part of the team, obviously, and they create their own bond. And so, like, after the show, we're still talking about it, and Russ and I talk here and there. And so I'm FaceTiming Russ, and I'm with Andrew, and he's like, yeah, that's what's up, baby.
The boys.
What's up?
2 weeks later, I'm like, trade him.
Right.
No, I love you, Russ, but I'm thinking like a GM, man. Like, I think they're gonna look at the potential and the longevity. I even said it last week. They may look at Justin as like a long-term quarterback. And Russ, granted, I think Russ could give them another 5 years. I do believe that, but I don't think Justin's going to wait around that long.
5.
Yeah, 5's a long time. I'd say like 2 or 3.
For Russ?
Yeah.
That's all he got left?
Rodgers is 40.
Come on.
Yeah,
Russ
but
is
Aaron
35.
at Russ's age was an MVP candidate every year.
You also
Like
gotta
Russ
factor
is
in
coming off the Denver
time
years.
off.
So let me ask you this question, or let's talk about it this way. Last year they made it to the playoffs, right? I'm going
You
to
talking about Denver?
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes,
Coach Tomlin,
yes.
Pittsburgh Steelers. So the Steelers last year backed into the playoffs. They won 10 games last year, 10-7.
Yep.
Please talk about the quarterback play. We've all heard this over the last 2 weeks since free agency. Russell Wilson's last year in Denver compared to all these quarterbacks in the Pittsburgh Steelers QB room over the last 2 years doesn't outperform Russell's last year in Denver. So you now take Russell Wilson, the start that they had with Coach Payton and the ending that he had with Coach Payton, right, being benched. 26 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, super efficient. You put that into this team, do they stay the same? Do they get worse or do they get better?
No, that was my entire point. On the field isn't the issue. If you plug in last year's Russell Wilson into now what we have here in Pittsburgh with Arthur Smith, George Pickens, and Najee Harris and that system they're going to run, that's a very good playoff team. My issue was never the on-field part. I was always concerned with like the locker room of Russell Wilson, everything I hear with like Cam Chancellor and and Sherman, what they talked about, like Legion of Boom. out in Seattle, kind of like him not relating to guys, him not messing with dudes. And that was Russ already being a staple in Seattle. So I was kind of worried about the new environment in Pittsburgh and relating to dudes. Yeah. But you guys know him. I don't. That's why I brought up that question to you guys. And you guys said he's a great dude.
Absolutely.
But it's just quarterback is so much about leadership and bringing guys around you. I think Justin, the guys really, really love Justin. Like one of my best friends in the world plays running back for the Chicago Bears. They're all riding for Justin. I don't know if people are saying the same thing about Russell. If you can't even give him a call. If you're his running back and you can't give your boy a call, hey, let's get some extra work. Hey, what are you doing tonight? Let's go grab a drink. Let's hang out with the wives.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I think that like the Seattle Seahawks culture was special and it was different. It was counterculture to most cultures. What do I mean by that? We battle it out in the offseason, kinda. Then we get in training camp, and it's two different teams. It's team offense, it's team defense. We don't like each other. There's fights galore, all of that. Once we get through like second preseason game, maybe the third preseason game, now it becomes the Seattle Seahawks. It becomes the LA Rams. It becomes the Pittsburgh Steelers, right? That, there was no line there. It was always offense versus defense. So those guys, right, like the Richard Shermans of the world, et cetera, those guys, they stayed in competition. They always battled it out. And then obviously I will say this. I will say this to those guys, right? And I was there, and I had this moment with Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin, right, like, I think he ended up coming back and apologizing to Russ on some things, right? And I don't want to go into too much detail because I don't know what's public, what's not. But like, Doug Baldwin was special, but he also was tough at times, and I'm saying that because you think about Doug was a part of that, like that Legion of Boom type culture, he was that type of dude on offense, and try not to say too much here. And I had a moment with Doug where I'm sitting there and I'm like, my guy, I have fucking 17 quarterbacks. I ain't say this to him, but I'm just looking at him, taking it. I'm like, I had 17 fucking quarterbacks. Do you know it's an honor and privilege to have this guy? You understand? Just because, like, he's just different. Like, Russ is, like I told you, what he's all about. It's about business. Like, he's not going to sit there and kumbaya with you over, like, some girls. He's not that type of guy. He's married, right? And so he moves a little differently than most guys. And of course, there's always room for improvement and area of opportunity. But that Seattle culture environment is totally different. So what's coming out of that, it's hard to explain. But what I do know is DK Metcalf love him. What I do know is Tyler Lockett loves him. I do know, Michael Bennett loves him. I do know Big Red loves him. It's media. It's commentary. And so everybody got their own opinions and their own thoughts, and they never recovered from that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
They never recovered from that play. And that's the thing. They never recovered from the play. We got the soundbite of Russell Wilson talking about it for the very first time publicly, and I wish we could play it, but we're not going to play it right now. We're going to wait for the right moment. Okay. But, like, we have it, and it shows the other side to it, but there's so much more to it. But I think, Mo, I think Russ has what it takes to lead. I think Russ has what it takes to perform at a high level physically, and it's going to be interesting to watch. So Andrew is leaving it. You can't straddle the fence. You said,
okay, I'll leave it.
I'll leave. You're leaving it, right? Mo, what are you doing?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
You're taking it?
Yep.
Okay.
If the guys buy in, I'll take it. If he's changed from his Denver ways where he had his own office and Sean Payton was saying, like, stop being political and be a guy on the team, if he's learned from that, then, yeah, I'm taking it. He's a dog on the field.
So can I say this? So is Russ wrong for having his own office, or, they talk about the parking spots? Like, is he wrong for that because didn't Brett Favre have his own office?
Yes. Double check that.
When he went to the Jets. I don't know. And then also Minnesota. Yes. What about Tom Brady? Remember, this was public information. This came out publicly. Tom Brady, he started out, he had a suite in the stadium where he would have his own trainers, his personal staff there, Alex Guerrero.
That's hard.
And then it got to a point where
they
kicked him out, but guess what he did? They gave him a space in the plaza in the same parking lot to open up TB12. I mean, they end up running and operating their own business out of it.
Yeah.
Right?
That's crazy.
So you got Peyton. Did I say Peyton Manning?
No.
You said Brett Favre.
Do you not? You think Peyton Manning have those same privileges?
I want to say yes.
So
why doesn't Russell deserve that?
He could have it. He could have it as long as the guys on the team don't feel like he thinks he's above the team.
Well, this is what I would say to these guys like that. Like,
Yeah.
and like I said earlier, like I believe I'm him. And I made my quarterbacks better. I believe. You look at Jay Cutler to Kyle Orton, all these guys, they had their best years when they were throwing the ball to me, right? Pro Bowl, et cetera, et cetera. Not with me, no Pro Bowl, none of that. Okay. Fuck them other guys. And this is like, me speaking to you as a young quarterback. The quarterback is the guy. We're not equal. I never thought that I was above Ryan Fitzpatrick, knowing that I made Ryan Fitzpatrick better, or Jay Cutler. Never thought I was above Jay Cutler because Jay Cutler is the quarterback. Yeah. The quarterback is just a special position. It's the most important position in all of sports. And so when they walk in the room, they got to walk in the room. And please push back, Mo. Please tell me this. Let's have this real conversation. Quarterback walks in a room, y'all got to lead up and y'all got to lead down. So you are right about leadership, but they're not just a guy. The quarterback have access to the owners. The quarterbacks have access to the general managers, the head coaches in a way that we don't. We might say hi and bye. We may mingle here and there. The quarterbacks are in like almost a daily or weekly routine with these people. You're the face of the franchise. Yeah. Jay Cutler was a part of the interview process when we fired Lovie Smith and we brought in Bruce Arians, Todd Bowles, Coach Trestman, all those guys. He was a part of the process.
That I didn't know.
That's a quarterback. But he's not the only one. He wasn't the first to ever do that. And I'm saying all that because we got to understand that these quarterbacks are different. So all these guys in Denver or wherever complain about Russ, or guys in other places complain about the quarterback, go be a quarterback. Go be the quarterback. And then go learn what they got to go learn. And go manage what they got to go manage. Go deal with what they got to go deal with. The quarterback is special.
Oh, yeah. Mo laughing just now told me a lot. He laughed.
Well, tell me, push back on me.
No, look, I agree. The quarterback is a different thing. You're the face of the franchise. Like what Tom was the New England Patriots. I mean, shoot, he kind of still is. Like these guys are the organization. They're having meetings with the owners. They're a part of those interview processes. But you still can't act like you're better than people because just dudes aren't going to mess with that, man.
That's true.
Like no one wants to play for someone like that. Like who's this guy? Like, okay, Russ obviously potentially a Hall of Fame career, baller in Seattle, but he didn't do anything in Denver. You can't come in like that and just act like you're better than people.
See, the reason why I brought all that up is because and I've bounced around. I've been on a few different teams and a few organizations, different experiences. And what I realized is when you're a new guy coming in, sometimes dudes don't play their role and don't understand who they are. Don't worry about because I disagree with you. I think, that's why I brought up Brett Favre. When he went to the Jets, he had his own office. He had his own privileges. Same thing with Tom Brady. Same thing with Peyton Manning, right? And so this is a quarterback that's been to 2 Super Bowls, won one, the most winningest quarterback through 10 years. Why wouldn't he show up the same way he showed up in Seattle, right? He didn't change anything. I do agree with you about being relatable, but sometimes guys are like, well, why does he get that? Or, it's not him showing up saying I'm better than you. It's just no, I got my own office because I'm here at 4 a.m. And then also I got all this other shit written on the board. I got my own trainer. Well, why you got your own trainer? Well, I can afford it and I'm the quarterback. Well, you're better than us. Well, why am I? Well, did they say that to Tom Brady when he had Alex Guerrero or Alex G? He had his own trainer. You don't think Peyton has his own guy? Patrick Mahomes has his own guy.
Absolutely.
So that's why I'm saying to you, like, yes, I'm sure I hear what you're saying about being relatable and not coming in as you're better than everybody. But, like, I think you have to accept that as a player when you walk in. And it really is like, no, yeah, we are a team, but the quarterback is special. And he is better than us in a lot of ways, right? Because all these other quarterbacks did the same thing.
Yeah.
So why aren't we talking about them the same way?
Yeah.
I almost feel like just meeting you guys in the middle would be like making this the standard for QBs across the league.
Just have an office?
Just have an office, have parking
crazy.
spot. It sounds crazy.
You gotta earn it. You gotta earn it.
Bro,
Dudes just
that
gotta mess
position.
with you. I think it's just as easy as that. You could boil it down like, do I like this guy or do I not like this guy? If I like him, we're winning games. Yeah, man. Like, have your own office, have your own guy. Like, no one's saying Pat Mahomes and Brady and those dudes and Brett Favre when he was in New York didn't deserve those things.
Yeah.
But also the dudes love him. Like, he's hanging out with them after practice. Like, we're texting, we're talking. Hey, let's get us some extra work. I wasn't in that Denver locker room. I'm just telling you, like, things I've heard. And there's that funny meme. I don't know if y'all seen it with Melvin Gordon when he's on the sideline on the bench and, like, he's just kind of, like, smirking, like, looking up at Russ. So, like, it kind of adds to that Twitter fuel of, like, hey.
What happened with the meme?
I'll pull it up. You just got to see it. Like, they're losing, and I think there's a scoreboard on the bottom, and Melvin's, like, looking up at, like, Russ is trying to, like, coach him up, and Melvin's like, bro, like, why are you talking to me?
Oh my goodness.
And so those are the conversations that go on Twitter, man. Like, you can't be a politician out there. You're going to battle,
I agree with
bro.
you,
like, you can't lead from the back. You got to be out on the front lines with the dudes.
All right, I agree with you there. I agree with you.
Yeah, there
there
we go. We found it.
Let me see.
He's just staring at Russ, and I think Russ is drinking water or something.
And
There it is.
everything's
See
made
that?
worse when you're losing too, right?
Oh my
It
goodness.
said what Melvin Gordon was thinking.
Y'all petty.
Russ looked tired, exhausted, He's drinking all the Gatorade in the bottle, and Melvin like,
Well,
you ain't worth.
The cool thing about all of this, man, in the sports is like we do love the comeback story. We love redemption.
That's true.
And Russ knows this too. Winning cures all, right? And he has to
Absolutely.
go out there and win. And if he doesn't do that, you know, his career is going to be in a different position. Meaning, like, what's next? How do you get to the next thing? Right? It's going to be tough. So I'm putting my money on the most winningest quarterback through 10 years.
All right, guys, let's move a little forward here. We actually have a new segment today that we're going to call, and I'm referencing to Busta a little bit here, but Give Me Some Mo. I don't know if y'all remember that song, but it's a little older. And our QB expert, Mo, is going to break down the top QBs in this upcoming draft because Brandon doesn't watch college football. So let's get started. First up is the presumptive number one pick in the draft, Caleb Williams. You played with him. When you watch Williams, what do you see?
Man, I've spent a lot of time with Caleb, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why he gets all the hate he does, man. I really want to know, like what you and Andrew think about this. But this dude would have been the first overall pick 2 years ago after his freshman year. And probably the greatest quarterback prospect since Trevor. A lot of people think even greater than Trevor. The number one thing with Caleb that comes to mind is the mental part. It's the confidence. And there's two quick stories that I would highlight. I've never seen anyone with the mental makeup that Caleb has. The first one is, and this was on our podcast, his very first taste of college football was the OU-Texas game. It's probably the biggest rivalry in all of college football, 100,000 plus. I mean, this is an intense atmosphere. And it's, as a true freshman, it's his first time playing. They put him in for Spencer Rattler, who was a Heisman candidate, number one dude in the country, and it's a 4th and 1. And they're down like 20 or 30 points. So like Spencer's getting booed, everything's going downhill. They put him in and we asked him like, hey, what was going through your mind your very first play in big action? And he's like, he just looked at me straight in the eyes just as a stone cold killer and said, I knew I was gonna score. On a 4th and 1. Like usually like you get a yard or two, like, all right, chain's moving, my very first, like I'm not trying to do anything, hopefully not fumble, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, I was scoring. I was going 60 and I was scoring. And I believed it. I was like, wow.
And he scored.
He scored, man. Like I don't know if you could pull up the clip, but it was a really, really good run. And it was like, wow, man, he's carried that into every facet of life, football, on the field and off the field. The other one was, so coming out of high school, he was like the number one recruit, right? It was Caleb Williams, 5-star, Elite 11, all this stuff. And they had OU had a bunch of quarterbacks with Lincoln Riley, Spencer Rattler, and they weren't going to take a scholarship quarterback in that class. And he was like, I'm going to play for Lincoln Riley no matter what. Like, I don't care what you say. He was like, he told Coach Lincoln, I'm willing to walk on this team if I have to. As the number one quarterback in the country being offered God knows what by everyone else, hundreds of thousands, probably millions. He was like, I don't care about the money. I'll start at 6th string if I need to. I have that kind of confidence in myself.
So he's always had that confidence and that mindset of betting on himself, because it goes back to the conversation around, like, I don't want to go to Chicago. I want to go to the right situation.
See, I think that's fake news. I don't think that's a real story. I think there's a lot of like fake headlines, and people on Twitter go like, they were saying he wanted equity in a team. Like, I don't think that's accurate. I think that was just for clicks. Shoot, if it is accurate, I don't know. That'd be crazy. I'd have to ask him.
Crazy, bro.
But I don't think that's real. I think he wants to go to Chicago. I heard him talking to Colin about it recently. He just wants to go to a place that cares about ball, with stability, with a good surrounding cast, which who wouldn't? I mean, Eli did the same thing. Like, no one really faulted him for that. It was the right decision. Wins 2 Super Bowls in New York. Great for his brand and great for winning and great for everything. Cool. And so, honestly, man, I think he's going to be a Pro Bowler year one. Throwing a DJ and Keenan, like, Keenan coming off his best season, too. So, it's a really good situation.
I was going to say, did you know how you got started as a QB?
I know his background is swimming.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Well,
he actually said swimming to him is more difficult than playing quarterback. I was like, bro, you can't. That's not true at all.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know that. But basically, he started as a defensive player, I think a linebacker, and he kept getting pissed at the quarterback. So his dad or mom convinced him to go after that and play quarterback, because he wanted to have that much pressure on him. So like what you're saying, it's a lot to that. Like,
he loves the pressure.
He loves the pressure, bro.
He lives for it, bro. I've truly never seen anyone with that mental makeup, and it's really impressive to see. He actually doesn't care at all what people say about him. And people usually say, like, yeah, man, I don't care about the comments, whatever, but, like, inside you probably do.
How do you know that?
This dude doesn't.
How do you know that? Give us an example.
Just being willing to do the things he's done. I mean, like, who's out there just painting their fingernails in college? He likes to do it, and he's like, bro, you can call me whatever names you want. I'm going to do it regardless. Or wearing a dress and doing a photo shoot. You post that, you know you're going to get millions of impressions of only dudes just ripping you. Like, the worst things possible. And it's hard.
Pause. You said something interesting yesterday after the show. You were like, you know, in a good way, you know, because you're talking about his mindset. You're saying this is his superpower. This is the thing that separates him, right? And you said he has that mindset in a good way of like the Kanye West. Like, I just don't care, and I believe in myself, and I'm super confident.
Yeah. He's the Kanye West of football in the best way possible, you know. And he's willing to do things differently, and I think that's where he gets a lot of the flack. But you can't be so confident in one area and not expect that to leak into everything else. He's so good at football because of that mental makeup, not in spite of it. And then that is who he is as a well-rounded individual, and then that leaks into everything else. Same thing with, like, obviously he's not an Elon Musk or a Kanye West, totally different thing. But in terms of the mental makeup, Elon is so brilliant, one of the most influential human beings on the planet Earth, and then people expect him just to be totally normal and everything. It's like, this is a super genius rocket scientist. What do you think? He's just going to wear like a button-up shirt and just have every normal average opinion? No, you're just going to have a lot of opinions that you don't agree with because he's a different kind of dude. Kanye West, genius artist, he's going to say a lot of controversial things. And he's so good as an artist because of that, not in spite of it. And that's the way I look at him.
So, go ahead.
I was just going to ask him, what is your best QB comparison for Caleb Williams then?
Yeah, I don't know if it's a lazy comp, but Mahomes, and I know he doesn't like it. That's the reason.
What?
Actually,
Hold on. Why doesn't he like it?
He doesn't. He wants Mahomes. He wants to be his own guy. So that's actually the reason why he shaved his head after his sophomore year. Like his old clips, he's got like, you know, the baggy kind of hair coming out of the headband and all that, which is Mahomes-esque. Yeah. He kind of plays like him. The improvisation, the off-platform throws kind of looks like him a little bit. And he was just like going into that junior year, he knew that was going to be, you know, his last year in college. He wanted to create his own legacy, be a different, which I get.
You're one of those. You're one of those.
I'm one of those?
All black guys look alike.
Bro.
Damn,
I didn't know if he was gonna say it.
Bro. It's the hair. It's the hair.
It looks like him a little.
They do not look alike, bro. He's talking about.
They
Yeah, I
play
was like,
similar
maybe
and they have the same hair.
complexion. Maybe complexion.
And they're both light skinned too.
You see,
They don't look alike. Yo,
Mo crazy.
Hey, I'm sorry, but Brandon know the bus schedule because he stayed throwing us under the bus, man.
But that's what they say. I don't know if you heard this before, but they say all white people think all black people look alike. Like, white people think that all black people look alike.
I think every nationality think the other nationality look alike.
Yeah, y'all probably think all white people look the same, like just like a standard or like a white girl,
No.
like a blonde sorority girl.
I think what the thing that we say or feel is like, or the thing that we feel is that all white people smell alike.
Really?
You never heard that before? BC, have you ever heard
Where
that?
are we going?
Y'all never heard that?
Bro, I've never heard that before.
Y'all never heard that?
Nah,
What do white
I've
people
heard
smell
it.
like?
You don't want to know.
Yeah,
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
Let's say it together. Hold on. Let's see. Let's see if Andrew and I are thinking the same. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
So white people,
God, bro.
people, they say that white people believe that all black people look alike, and what we're saying is, in our community, we say all white people smell the same.
Mm-hmm.
And on the count of three, we're going to tell you because you don't know.
No.
Can you guess? Guess.
Like musty or something?
No.
No.
So that doesn't have to do with body odor. It's a certain smell.
Yeah.
You ready? 1, 2, 3.
Dog.
Baloney.
Ah.
What? Dog is stinky.
I was gonna say dogs.
He
I
asked
almost said
what?
hot dog. Almost
dog.
said
What?
hot
Okay,
dog.
okay.
Yeah.
What? No.
It's.
Bro, I don't even know what bologna
They used to
smells
say
like.
like baloney. You never?
Nah,
I used to hear hot dog water. I used to hear outside. I used to hear dogs. But I never been around it enough to know. So
Hold on. Let's get back. Give me Mo.
Get back on the highway. Let's get back on the
Get some
highway,
bologna.
man.
Get back on the highway.
Cologne. That's funny, bro.
oh,
But this is the locker room, guys. Like, this is what you get, and this is the special
Yeah.
thing about sports. Is like when we walk in the locker room, Mo is a white guy from, I think, a white guy. Mo Hasan.
yeah, Mo, what are you?
I'm actually. Shit.
He said,
Not what are
shit,
you?
I'm actually-
Where are you from?
I'm Hispanic and Middle Eastern, so I don't know
Oh
if
shit.
you're gonna. Yeah.
Yeah, not even
Yeah,
close.
so you don't even
That's
count.
different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
So I mean,
dope.
it's more diversity. That's
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah.
So, but like you're Hispanic and Middle Eastern,
Yeah.
and I'm a black kid, right, from Pittsburgh, inner cities of Pittsburgh. You go in the locker room, and none of that stuff matters, right? Like you certainly have moments, right? No locker room, no team is perfect, so you definitely have moments, but the majority is like, yo, we're here to win. And all of those walls just drop, right? Yeah. And we had to change things around, but we'll actually play into it. Like, we'll say certain things to each other that if people heard us
Oh yeah.
talking,
Everyone be canceled.
everybody be canceled.
Be raps.
Be raps, man. That's the beautiful thing about sports, and hopefully, our country and the world, take more from.
Yeah, it's just in good fun. Like no one's trying to hurt anyone's feelings or anything. Everyone's just messing around. It's just for the laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
So back to give me Mo. So draft quarterbacks, right? We're now talking about Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams, the thing that you say that separates Caleb Williams from everyone else is mindset, right? So you dove there. What else do you have for us? Any more Caleb Williams story, or do we move on?
I think he's a good guy, man. Everyone kind of has this outside perception that dudes on the kind of like what we were talking about Russell, where like maybe he thinks he's better than the guys. He's made millions in NIL. He's got the nice apartment, driving the nice car, not relatable, and that couldn't be further from the truth. I think he's a really good guy. People were going crazy on Twitter because there was a clip of everyone dapping him up at Pro Day. I'm like, bro, that's just the baseline. Everyone's like, oh, people like him. I'm like, bro, he's just a regular dude. Like if you got to know him, like he's not a crazy party guy like a Johnny was, or probably even like Baker was going out a lot. Like he'll step out here and there, but he's not going crazy to clubs. He really just chills with his dog at home, plays video games, and I mean he'll watch tape here and there, work with the guy, hang out. Like he'll just yo, let's go grab a bite or something. So there's that element of like I could really see guys in Chicago rallying around him. I mean, Keenan was there already, and like they seemed like they were boys.
That's right. That's right. What's the coolest Caleb Williams moment you had with him? It could be something simple.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that comes to mind, he was the first guy that texted me when I had surgery and I tore my Achilles. First guy on the team, I think, even before any of the coaches or anything. And he was a new guy on the team too. Like he just got there and then I got injured. And so I was like, damn, that's a really nice thing of him. He could have just kind of just been like, whatever, I don't know who this kid is. But that meant a lot to me. I was like, damn, this guy's real. I like him. Yeah, he's a good dude.
I like that he pointed out a cool factor as like something nice that he did. Because it's always like, I saw him pull up in the Lambo. He had $3,000 glasses. No, it's like, hey, he's a human.
Right.
And he treated me like with respect.
That's right.
I appreciate that.
That's right.
I definitely appreciate that. But let's keep it going. We got a couple more here. Next up, we got the Heisman Trophy winner, Jayden Daniels. What is your breakdown on Daniels?
Jaden's smooth, man, and I really wanted to be a hater on this one because he was at Arizona State, and we played him like Pac-12, and I mean he played decent, but it wasn't anything. I didn't think he would be a Heisman Trophy winner. I didn't think he'd be a top 3 pick. I was like, this guy's whatever, and just me being quarterback kind of sizing dudes up. He proved me very, very wrong. Like his tape at LSU this past year is ridiculous. Like on some like Joe Burrow level mastery, 40 touchdowns, 4 picks, just so efficient. You know, changing protection at the line of scrimmage. Obviously he has 2 of the probably top 3-4 receivers in college football, but so did Joe, right? And Joe's one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. He's just so smooth. Like it's almost like an Aaron Rodgers type pocket mobility. Yeah. And this is high level SEC ball. Like I watched that Alabama game last year. I mean, he beat Bama, or did he beat Bama? I know he beat him the first time, but his Bama tape this past season is ridiculous.
So you know Dan Orlovsky. You like Dan Orlovsky.
Yeah.
He's actually coming onto your podcast.
Yep.
Make sure y'all listen to Mo's podcast. Tell me the name of it.
Momentum.
Great name.
There you go. So follow him on Instagram and all the other handles. But you like Dan Orlovsky. You want to have him on your show. Do you agree with Dan that the Chicago Bears, I believe, I'm almost 100% positive that he said this, that the Chicago Bears should take Daniels over Williams?
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that?
Yeah, he's got Jayden over. And Dan's like, he's not the kind of guy that would do it for the clicks. So, because I know a lot of people are like, oh, JJ's my QB1. I'm like, bro, there's no way you actually think that.
So you don't think that it's that close?
I think Jayden's gonna be a really good player, but I think Caleb's different. I do. And I understand why Dan would have Jayden over Caleb, because his last year's tape is probably better if it's just wipe the names off. Like just the pure film is probably cleaner than Caleb's. And basically what Dan's saying is that his game's going to translate better to the next level because he plays more of a pro style system. He goes 1, 2, 3, boom, balls out on time, versus Caleb's out there feeling like he needed to do more. But also like when your defense is giving up 50 a game, I can see why you would do that too. You know, like you feel like you have to play hero ball. Yeah. But from Dan's perspective, he's like, hey, that stuff doesn't work. Like Dan's a 12-year veteran in the league. He's like, bro, you're about to get killed. You know, but the counter argument is that Caleb understood that situation and he's able to adjust. So
it's good. I like it. I mean, it was interesting hearing him say that, and there's others that are saying some similar things. So it's going to be a fascinating draft.
Yeah, I mean, I think
for sure.
The real question is who the Commanders will take at number 2, because I think Caleb's already a lock to Chicago. Like that's done deal. That's been done for some time. Now the Commanders have a real decision to make, because there's Jayden at number 2 and there's also Drake May. And I mean, there's me. I would take Michael Penix
at 2.
That's my number 2, Michael Penix. That's my guy. I'm really high on him.
It's funny hearing him say that, because I was gonna say it. Brandon Flowers, that's his guy. Like,
yeah,
Brandon Flowers, yeah.
Dude,
he's been saying it for months.
Yeah, I have too. Okay. I think like every year there's that guy that drops to like late first, early second. We're like, how do we miss
Patrick
that?
Mahomes, Lamar Jackson.
Yeah. Teddy went late.
Aaron Rodgers.
Lamar goes last, and he's a 2-time MVP at like 27 years old. And everyone's like, how do we miss that? Like, did you watch him at Louisville? And I think the same thing. Like, bro, did you watch him at Washington? Like this ball placement, the deep balls. Like this dude's an assassin like on the back shoulder. Because like they were so good with Romo Dunze and those dudes going deep that like guys were just doing press bail, cover 3, like quarters coverage. And he's like, all right, y'all want to play back. I'm going to just boom, 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 like snipe you on the back.
But what do you say to everyone saying, like, look, you go on the biggest stage, the bowl game, you shit the bed?
Yeah, playoff game was tough. It was a bad game. I was disappointed, man.
Yeah, it was really bad.
I was really disappointed because I was rooting for them. I like his story with the injuries. Like he had, like I can relate to it. So that's probably why I like the underdog story. He had, I think it was like 3 knee surgeries at Indiana. Yeah. It's like, dude comes back, balls out, wins a national championship. I'm all in on it. And then he played poorly. So like that was tough. But I'm not going to let one game dictate 2-3 years of really, really good tape, you know?
So you have him number 2.
I like him too. The way the ball pops out of his hands is ridiculous.
I like how you put a assassin over the back shoulder. That's a slick line.
He really, I mean, because he does that celebration with the bow. So he's really kind of just like sharpshooting, man. Like it's Drew Brees level accuracy. It's insane.
So Caleb Williams is mindset. Like that's his number one attribute that you lean into.
Yeah.
When it comes to Penix Jr., you're saying he's just a sharpshooter, accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's been playing a long time, so it could either be a pro or con depending on how you look at it. He's going to be 25 with the draft, so he's played a lot of ball. Like, to me, he's ready to come in immediately to a good system and produce.
Right.
And there's the accuracy. Like, there's no better deep ball thrower than Michael Penix as well. There's no guy where the ball comes out prettier out of his hand than Michael Penix, even over Caleb, even over Jaden. And I mean, I also get the downsides. Like, guys like, he's had a bunch of injuries. He's older. He can't move as well as the other guys. Like, there's the top 5 or 6 list. All of those dudes move better than Mike. And the league's obviously likes mobile guys. But I'm looking at all that and I'm saying, screw that, man. I'm taking him too. He's a dog.
Okay, so because we're gonna put this graphic out later, all right, in a nice clip for you in paper route. And so right now you got Caleb Williams number 1, you got Michael Penix Jr. number 2.
Yeah, and next I'm going to go Jaden Daniels. Oh, we already talked about him a little bit.
Yeah, well, actually, before we move there, because we did jump the gun for Michael Penix, you said your comparison for him was Drew Brees, right?
He's got some Drew. He's got a little bit of Phillip Rivers, just with like kind of the gunslinging.
I see that. I see that.
Yeah. I hear a lot of Tua because he's a lefty, but I think that's kind of lazy, just saying like just clumping lefties together. Maybe Tua with maybe a stronger arm. But I like the Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers comp. Yeah.
Okay. And then before we move on from Jaden, who would his QB comparison be?
Jaden. Would it be wrong if I said Aaron Rodgers? He's got some of that. He's just so smooth. Smooth is the first word that comes to mind. So calm in the pocket with just monsters trying to kill you in front of your face. You're at Alabama in Tuscaloosa, and he just acts like he's playing 7-on-7 right here at House of Athlete. You know? It's impressive, man. Yeah, and the processing speed too, which is very, very underrated part of this next level. Like, I think Kurt Warner does some of the best quarterback draft analysis stuff out there, and his number one thing he looks for is processing speed. And we talked a little bit yesterday about the difference between like the college game and the professional game, and all these guys are accurate, all these guys are dogs, can sling it all over. It's, can you know, I'm getting a cross dog on 3rd and 8 in Seattle and I can't hear anything. Am I going to flip the protection? Am I going to throw a dime on a back shoulder slot fade? So it's the speed of the mental part. And Jaden really showed that.
But hold on.
Go ahead.
BC, please put the $4 up. Your ass over there sleeping and shit, BC. look at his eyes red. BC in the booth, he just chilling. BC
like
be
this.
loving when we be having guests. So he be like, shit, I don't gotta talk too much. Let me know when we got culture talking basketball shit. but no, seriously, I want to get y'all thoughts on this. Can you hear Mo, like, can you see the IQ that I talk about? Football IQ.
Yes.
And I go back to like this Russell Wilson stuff and the quarterback conversation that we had, and we were on the opposite ends of the spectrum on this. But it's like how he talks about ball compared to how I talk about ball is the reason why I'm saying, like, shut the hell up, everybody else. Quarterbacks are different. You know what I'm saying? They got to deal with so much more.
Yeah.
But do y'all see what he just said?
Yeah, it's more intellect. You know, they're deeper.
Like, but you hear what he just said? He said, it's I'm in Seattle. It's 3rd and 8. It's cross dog. Can I go to the process, flip the protection? Like, you understand? And you got to do this in 30 seconds.
He lost me with the cross dog and the all that. Like, yeah, but no.
Give us a situation where we can see your IQ, a quarterback's IQ. Give me like situation, formation. You're up against this defense. You're in this, blah, 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 and how you got to process this shit in fucking 30 seconds.
Yeah. So when I was in Tennessee, like I lived in Nashville for a long time before I got to the Titans, and so I kind of like watched those dudes with like Ryan and Derek, and like a big fan of that offense. And I always thought like when I'm watching it on TV, it's an inside zone to Derrick Henry. I'm like, our quarterback just gets, inside zone, just hands it off easy. Like that's not a difficult thing to do. And then I get to day one install, and it's a packet about 100 pages thick, and it's like boom, and that's just the run game. I'm like, bro, like why do I have all these keys for an inside zone? And it's like a 20 set checklist of different things that I need to consider based off of front. Am I getting nickel 4-2 over? What kind of personnel am I in? Are they trying to roll the free safety here? Are they trying to fool me on this? Am I getting 2 from one side? Do I need to spit it out? Do I need to change the protection? Or there's literally almost 15 to 20 different things on an inside zone.
Inside zone. You understand? You understand what an inside zone is?
No, I do not,
Can you
sir.
explain to them that?
Yeah, I mean it's in the word. It's a zone on the inside.
You're like, I don't explain. It literally is. Just think about the running back. Say we won't be in gun. We're going gun.
Yeah.
Let's say we're in gun, and you got Derrick Henry to your right, and literally the quarterback receives the snap, and he literally just hands it off to Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry runs like in between the guards.
See,
Yeah,
you know
it's
what
like
I call
an
that?
A-gap run between the guard and the center.
I call it like a RPO.
I mean, you can attach an RPO, so
Okay.
that would be dependent on what you see. You might have to tag something.
Which now adds more rules.
Exactly. And sometimes you add another play on top of that. So you'll say, can X jet wing, so forth.
All right, who thinks the least on the football team? Because this is a lot of information.
It's chess. It
But
goes.
that's a good question. Who thinks the least on
Who thinks the
football team?
least? Probably like a defensive tackle.
What about kicker?
The kicker.
Yeah, for sure. But
Yeah,
But
I
I'm
wasn't
thinking,
gonna-
yeah,
we're
let's not,
specialists. This is-
no
we're talking
special
about real
teams.
football.
Yeah.
defensive tackle. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Tight ends
Damn,
got to think a
defensive
lot.
tackle?
Running backs got to think a lot. Quarterbacks got to think the
Or
most.
maybe like an edge rusher if you're just throwing him on third down, like, hey,
Yeah.
just get the quarterback. They'll throw guys. in
Wide
like that too.
receivers, like, you don't have to. If you want to be great and really good, like that's what separates a lot of these guys at the wide receiver position. Is like, can I put you at X? Can I put you at Y? Can I put you at ZH? Can I motion you? What can I throw at you? If you can do that, then you're dynamic. Then you're also, you become really good and great when you can go out there and you can identify, oh, it's cover 2, it's cover 3, or this guy's going to go and bail. So it gets you into your game and your route and your adjustments faster. But sometimes wide receivers don't even have to think a lot. There's some dudes that we call them slow blinkers. It's like you just go out there and run a fucking comeback or go. Like seriously. So I was like, he's about to say wide receiver. He's about to say wide receiver.
No, honestly not, because like the best receivers, like you just said, I can trust you if you know where to sit in windows. Like the worst thing is like someone who's got like a basic or like an in-cutting route, and like you're running to get covered. I'm like, bro, just sit in that window. But if you understood that the Sam has curled a flat there, then you knew what to do. But like other guys just kind of running to get covered, then you don't get the ball.
Yeah.
So then you build that repertoire with the quarterback. I know he's going to be in this window. I can throw with anticipation.
I'm glad we have these conversations because I know we're probably far removed from it, but I know about 15 years ago, people used to think y'all was just like jocks running on a field, and there was no thought behind anything you guys did or anything like that. So
it's really
I love
chess
having
out
these.
there.
You're
You're moving
chess.
pieces, and there's like game theory involved too, because that DC's paid $5 million to try to fool you. And same thing, vice versa.
Yeah.
So now it's just a game of who's tricking who and who's.
Which goes back to the chess.
Yeah.
Well, you mentioned, and let's get more into this QB talk because you mentioned his name, but let's talk about North Carolina QB Drake May, who many believe will go top 3 in the draft. What do you see when you watch Drake May?
The Drake May stuff is weird, man, because like you look at him physically, this dude looks like an NFL pro type quarterback, and that's why a lot of the hype comes from, right? This dude's 6'4". I want to say he's almost 230. What do they have?
6'5",
6'5".
220. He's bigger than you, babe.
Yeah.
He's a big dude, man.
That's a
He's
quarterback?
like he gets a lot of Big Ben and Josh Allen comps, right? And so physically, you look at him, you're like, damn, okay, this is a guy. He looks the part. Bald his sophomore year, and then his junior year, he lost a lot of guys on offense. Downs left, and then Tez was out for half the year. He came back from Miami game. So I watched the Miami game, and it's just the highs and lows are so hard to evaluate because he'll rip a seam. Like he's got one on his like plus 35 where he ripped. I want to say it was like a cover 3 seam, like anticipated it right past the backer. It was beautiful. I'm like, damn, this guy's a top 3 dude. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, the running back will have a flat, and then he just completely misses him, or like a shallow. Like he'll miss the layups is the term I hear pretty often.
Okay.
Right. So he'll make a beautiful 50-yard post with a corner on his back look beautiful and effortless, and then he'll miss the layups. I'm like, okay, like what do I do with that? And then I look at his age. This dude's 21, whereas these other guys are like 24, almost 25. So then how do you kind of evaluate that? How much better can you get? What system are you going to go to? Mm-hmm. So like, you know, if you're going to like a Shanahan type offense with Kittle and Debo, do I think Drake can be a dog? Hell yeah. Now, if you're going to like a rebuilding system, like do you need a year or two? That's kind of what Orlovsky was saying. Like he really wants a Jordan Love kind of situation for Drake, where he can sit and then develop. He likes kind of that Packers system for Drake. Mm-hmm. But that's why I don't like him in the top 3. Like for me, I think those other 3 guys plug and play almost anywhere. Like those dudes are going to have production. And then you get into like the Drake May, JJ McCarthy, Bo Nix side of the quarterback room, where I'm like, fit matters a lot more than the other guys. Not that they can't be successful, but I'm like, these guys need to go into the right situation. You know.
Yeah. What would be your QB comparison for Drake?
Yeah, I say Josh maybe.
Yeah, because accuracy, like everything you described, that's Josh, and he was able to work on it. He ended up getting the right situation with Brian Daboll.
Right.
And that got him on track. Jordan and himself, they worked on some things, as throwing mechanics.
Yeah. He's sneaky athletic too, which is like a funny term because he's a white guy. But this dude can run for real. Like he's like, I think he's ripping off like 60, 70-yard runs at a time. There was a crazy
at that height.
There was a crazy stat actually where, because Jaden's known for his running, right? Like this dude ran for a ton of touchdowns, won a Heisman. He ran for 1 less touchdown and like a few less first downs. So he's almost like a more efficient runner. Like he'll get the first and get down.
Okay.
Which, you know, is everything at the next level, just moving the chains.
Yeah. So. Well, you mentioned JJ. The last one on the list actually, and probably the most intriguing QB in the draft. What would you say are the pros and cons on JJ McCarthy's game?
Yeah, it seems like JJ is the most polarizing guy. You either love him or hate him. Like there's legitimate draft analysts and probably scouts out there who have him 1 or 2. And there's also guys who have him like day 2, day 3. Like, hey, like I don't want to touch him. So like there's no guy with that level of difference of opinion than JJ McCarthy. What we do know about him, like the dude's a winner, man. Like there's something to be said about that. And like whoever is advising him, whether it's his agent or, you know, it's his management team for like answering interviews, and that's the first thing he points out at the combine. They ask him about like lack of production and how they were running the ball so much. And he was like, dude, I don't know. Like I lost 1 game as a starter, and that's the only stat I care about. I was like, damn right. That's a good ass answer.
Right.
That is a great answer.
Wow.
He's like, dude, I don't care. We won the national championship. So I'm like, you can't say shit to that, you know? And so, and he's clutch too. Like when those
we go
guys
through his
needed
comparison.
Him, his comp.
Yeah.
I gotta think about the JJ one.
Yeah.
What do y'all think?
I will say that
mindset. So I mean, is the comp like a Tom?
I mean,
and I'm not talking about this is gonna be the GOAT. I'm talking about like from game
preparation.
Mindset.
Here's the other thing I'll bring up. There's for sure more pros and cons, like for being in great situations and winning. But the only downside would be maybe lack of adversity if I had to pose like an argument against it. And I talked to this, he's actually a scout. I talked to him recently about like kind of this kind of situation. And he mentioned Josh Rosen coming out, and he interviewed Josh. And he asked him, what is the single most adversity you've faced in your life? And he was like, I don't know, maybe deciding between going pro in baseball. I mean, going pro in tennis versus pro in football.
Right.
And he was like, that's the most adversity? Like, this is like, you know, kind of rich kid growing up, has always been on the best team, always won, 5-star, everything handed to you, which there's a reason, like, he's a great player. He deserves all those things, but maybe there's something to be said about not facing that kind of adversity. I don't know. It was, and I do think JJ's a tough guy. But I don't know. I'm trying to find, you know, things to kind of cons about him. But
Yeah. I'm actually interested to know why you said Tom Brady, because he did also go to Michigan. I looked at
That's
the numbers.
probably
Yeah.
Yeah, two Michigan guys.
It's like two
about
Michigan.
the two lefties. He was like clean. It's easy to. That's lazy. Whatever. It's probably that. I mean, because I just think about that. I like that answer. I look at that answer, and that was an amazing answer of just like that's the only stat. That's the only thing that matters is winning. Right? Lost one game. And you think about Tom, like Tom is just like relentless when it comes to his pursuit of winning a Super Bowl and being the best. So
Yeah, and there's something to just moxie, the intangible like it factor.
yeah.
You know, and like I have a few boys on that Michigan team, and like they ride or die for that dude. Like they'll take a bullet for JJ. I'm like, damn, bro, like what did JJ do for you, dog? Like I've never seen someone love a quarterback as much as, and like Harbaugh, like that's almost his son.
Can he spin it?
Yeah, he has a really strong arm. So he actually had the fastest mile per hour at the NFL Combine.
Is it Matthew Stafford?
I could see what you're saying in terms of the confidence in fitting balls in tight windows. Yeah. There's a little bit of
And I'm
Stafford
being
in that.
honest here. Like
Yeah.
I know nothing about these guys. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
not even Caleb Williams. Like that's why Andrew said that at the top of this segment. He's like, yeah, Brendan doesn't watch college football.
I'm surprised you don't like college ball. I think it's so much better than the league.
What?
A lot of people
Why?
say that, though.
Yeah,
a
it's
lot
more
of people
exciting.
say that.
No, it's not.
It's just raw emotion, like the tradition of the college. Is it because you went to like a smaller school? no, hey, like
This
you
guy.
UCF's have a good team, but it wasn't like it's not a Power Five. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right. Correct. I mean, I'm just looking at maybe that plays into it, but watching the game, it's just not sophisticated enough for me.
No, it's the opposite. The defenses are more complex in college than the league.
I've always heard
Really?
people say
Yeah.
that it's way more complex
No
games.
way.
No,
You
I've-
might be loving the
I have-
storylines of the NFL.
I have coaches that have gone between the two, college
Yeah.
and every one of them tell me that they're giving you more funky looks in college than they are in the league.
Yeah, because they're just out there making up shit. Like even these offenses, it's like
Right.
you got
All the innovation
who was the
comes from
quarterback for
college.
like Baylor's back in the day, their heydays, their offense. It was literally, and there's a couple colleges here, or programs, and correct me if I'm wrong, but quarterback drops back and they're just reading one side of the field. You don't have to read the other side of the field. Just boom, boom, boom. It's quarters. It's boom, boom, boom. That's it. Don't even look at the other side of the field. So it's like
That's crazy.
I don't know. It just seems Mickey Mouse to me a little bit.
He went from high school to NFL.
Yeah.
Like no college.
I'd
So,
rather
like-
watch high school football or a really good high school football. is
That's
fucking
insane.
phenomenal.
So you'd rather
What?
watch a South Florida high school football game versus Alabama, LSU, and
Yes.
Tuscaloosa?
Well, see, that's a little different. Like, and I'm not tuning into. Like, I can't recall the last time I was like, oh, fuck, Alabama and LSU's playing. I got to go watch this game, or Georgia, Florida, like Georgia or whoever. Like, I can't recall that. But yeah, and it is a little different because that will be more exciting and depending on the situation. But high school football, South Florida, Texas, Georgia.
So B.
Cali, yes, I rather go watch high school football than college. Hell, so I might even put the right situation in high school football over some of the NFL games.
That's
B.
wild, bro.
So you rather watch the Pembroke Pines Tigers
No.
face off against the Weston Snake Rattlers?
No. We're talking about
are we talking
about St. Thomas Aquinas and American Heritage. We're talking
No,
about
I
St.
get what you're
you know
saying.
what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I love those high school games.
There's nothing like to me. That's the game in its purest form.
I see what you're saying.
Like I love it.
It's so far removed from money too. When you think about high school,
Shoot,
like
not anymore. High school is the new college.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Oh,
They getting
bro.
paid in high school
They
now?
getting it?
Oh, yeah.
They getting it now in high school?
Yep.
No, talk about what they getting money in high school now.
Hell yeah.
I didn't know what through sponsors,
NIL. Everything. Because those dudes are stars now. Because think about it this way, Andrew. College is the new league. So now high school has to be the new college.
So what is the league? Retirement?
By the time you get to the pros, you're a vet. You already like damn.
Yeah.
No, the stakes went up so much. As soon as people realized I can make $5 million next year as a college freshman, now high school has become that next vessel. High school is what college used to be. So now the recruiting platforms are bigger because there's more stakes. There's platforms like Overtime Elite, where like these guys are being televised on NFL Network for 7-on-7 tournaments. These guys are big stars on social media.
Yeah. Hey, I got 4 nephews. All right. We need to talk. Brandon, I need your sports expertise, Mo.
I told my
we making millions.
Crazy,
but I told my nephew this 2 nights ago. You know, I checked in on him. He's about to
my
he's
dog
about to go to Armani. He's about to go to UCF, wide receiver, freak athlete. And he's like, yeah, man, because he's at Kaiser right now. He had to do a little gap year there. He's like, yeah, man, I'm just so tired of this, man, being around fucking loser mindsets and this and that. And even coming home, there's this problem, that problem. I was like, I feel like I'm in a box. I said, that's exactly where your ass is supposed to be. And I said, you got to understand your opportunity right now. And I also looked at her and I said, also, shit, I may need you as my investor in a couple years. Don't fuck up the money. I said, don't fuck up the money. I said, think about it. In 2 years, your ass could be in the NFL. You could be making $20 million a year.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right? Like, think about it. I said, don't fuck this up. Stay there. Stay right there. You're right where you need to be. You know, it is uncomfortable, and you embrace that. Don't bring your ass home. You stay there, no distractions. Everybody at home gonna be okay, right? I said, and I walked them through my story as well. So like, yeah, these kids is getting money, and I'm looking at my nephews too, and my kids. I'm like, shit, this is my retirement plan. I'm an entrepreneur. Man. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Uncle ever.
And I'm being honest, like, well, that's what's supposed to happen. You don't think I took care of y'all asses for 20-something years, and you make it. And you making millions? Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm living through them. Yes, I need a little bit.
Right.
B, I got to bring this up again. It's because I know your story.
Yeah.
I've been around you for a couple years now, but like, you know what story that reminds me of, and it's not even nearly as bad, the adversity that Armani's going through. Remember that story about hyping your brother up to take basically cold showers when y'all didn't have the heat.
Wow.
Bro, that story still blows my mind because you tell it. I can't tell you a story.
Oh, well, it was 8th grade year. I was in Atlanta. I live in Atlanta. My mom and dad divorced, whatever. My mom was in Atlanta. So 8th grade year, I moved there, tried that out. And we didn't have any cold water.
Hot water.
No, any hot water. Yeah, correct. And it was wintertime. And in Georgia, it does get cold there, right? So we just finished like a football practice. It was fucking raining and it was icy. It was cold, but this was that situation like all winter, and you know, yeah, like we would take showers. 8th grade, you know, taking showers together, and what we would do, we would hype each other up because it was so fucking cold outside, and then we didn't have any hot water. So what we would do is just get in there like we gonna get in together, and then as he jumped in the cold water, let's go, and then he'll jump out, and I'm like, all right, my turn. And then we would just like. We would hype each other up to take these cold ass showers. Yeah. And then, you know, like the women in the house, my mom, my sister, and them, what they would do to bathe, they would boil hot water. Mm-hmm. And then they would just take these big pots, and then they'll just keep dumping the water in the tub, dumping water in the tub. So that's how, you know, they bathed as well. So, but that's that adversity. That's that adversity. Yeah. That's crazy. You remember that.
I mean,
that's what you meant when you talk about Josh Rosen. It's like, man, what have you been through? What type of adversity?
Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
Correct. But guys, let's take it back to the NFL. We got Odell on the clock right now, and Odell is a free agent, and his tour of potential suitors starts here in South Florida. Yes, OBJ is meeting with the Dolphins, who already have Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Do we like the fit of Odell, in parentheses, and Kim K, on South Beach?
I love them on South Beach. You know, they frequent South Beach, you know, often because it's the hottest city on the planet, in the planet. Is it on the planet or in the planet?
On the planet.
It's the hottest city on the planet.
Depends on who you ask.
Well, I'm asking you.
I would say by weather.
Some people think we live in a dome, so it might be in the planet.
No way you depends on if it's flat around.
Yeah, right, David Grutman, all the things that he's doing in the hospitality space down here and expanding to Vegas and all of that. So they're always here doing some cool things. So I can see them from a lifestyle standpoint fitting right in. But from a football standpoint, it makes no sense because I truly believe there's still more in the tank for Odell, and there's a lot that he can give to the game. And I'm talking about impacting the game in a major way. if Odell didn't go down, and this is the challenge with Odell right now in his career, the second part of his career is the injuries. But if he didn't go down in the Super Bowl, he would have been Super Bowl MVP.
Absolutely.
This was a guy that didn't score any touchdowns or maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns when in his tenure with the Cleveland Browns, gets traded to or cut, right? Because the whole situation in Cleveland with Baker Mayfield and those guys gets picked up by the Rams. And then all of a sudden in 4 or 5 games, he's scoring a touchdown a game, right? Perfect situation for him. So Odell in Miami doesn't make sense because I love Waddle. He's younger, healthier, faster at this time. He's explosive. And you got Tyreek Hill. Some say he's the best wide receiver in the NFL. So I don't like the fit there because he still has so much more to give to the game. And I want to see him in red. I would love to see him with the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh. I think Odell there impacts that team in a game more anywhere else. Like I can see Odell with the Kansas City Chiefs with 10 touchdowns. I can see Odell, last year he had right around 500-something yards off of almost 40-something catches. Like I can see Odell having maybe 800 yards in that offense. That's huge impact for a team that already has Travis Kelce, just traded for or picked up Hollywood Brown, and they have the young guy Rashee Rice.
Yep,
Rashee Rice.
Yep.
But I can see Odell coming in and impacting that game and that team in a major way.
No, hell no. You go to Miami. And
damn, he waited for me.
Yeah, he let you finish.
Like, and you're done.
I'm gonna let you finish.
No,
but,
I'll tell you why. Money, no state income tax. You're making more.
Yep.
That's A. B, your brand. You're in Miami. You're with Kim. He doesn't need help with his brand, but fashion, everything he does off the field. He can do media. He can come on I Am Athlete. Blow up, right?
I like that one.
Right?
I like that last one.
Like how you thinking.
You can
like
train here with the boys. I could throw to him in the off season. We go to Paris Fashion Week. I got this whole thing, all right?
It's just so much you can do.
And then 3 is the football. I think you have the potential of creating probably or possibly the most explosive offense of all time. With what Mike McDaniels is doing, Tua, we know the backs, how fast they are. You have Waddle, Tyreek, Odell, and Mike McDaniels was just in Texas Pro Day watching Xavier Worthy, who just ran, 4.21, 4.23?
Yeah, 4.21, I believe. 4.22 the first time, 4.21 the second.
There you go. Either way, dude's a track star. Take him at the end of the first, which he'll be there. You've got Odell at X, Waddle at slot, Tyreek at Z, and then you throw in Xavier at your adjuster, your slot on your right. Tell me that's not the most explosive offense of all time.
It is, but how do you keep everyone happy? We saw last year Waddle. I like that. Great job.
Yeah.
But how do you keep everyone happy? You notice as a quarterback, us receivers, they call us divas, and it's not that we're divas, but it's my destiny's in the hands of you and this offensive coordinator calling the plays. And so how do you make us all happy? Is that one ball enough for everyone? I do think the right blueprint template to be an explosive offense or efficient offense that have 3 dynamic pass catchers, and they can come so many different ways. It could be 3 wide receivers. It could be 2 wide receivers and a running back, 2 wide receivers and a tight end. It could be 1 wide receiver, 2 tight ends, right? So there's different ways you can put it together, but you need 3. So I do like Mike McDaniels having a OBJ, Waddle, and a Hill. But I just don't I think that offense struggled last year keeping Waddle and keeping both of those guys happy. So that's my challenge. I think that you may lose Waddle if you bring in a guy like OBJ and now he takes a chunk of that production. I think that's the challenge.
Yeah, I agree a little bit with both of you guys, but I definitely believe that Miami is the team for him because he is entering his retirement. And Miami is the perfect team for most guys to go to when they're finishing up their career. Like you said, a lot of benefits to it. And Miami is a losing team. So, BC, I want to know, what do you think about this from the culture perspective, like as far as his impact on Miami? As you can tell, I don't like the Dolphins.
Nah, man.
Yeah, I just losing team is crazy.
I just think he should just chill. Listen, Miami could work if he would be willing to accept that position, the position of I'm not going to be the number 1 guy. There's Waddle here. You got Hill here. As an extra, target, yeah. But if he comes here expecting a lot of touches and stuff like that and coming with that mentality, then no, because they already have what they have going on. But you know already where I stand at. I just think he should just ride off in the sunset with it right now.
Yeah, and keeping up with the Beckhams.
Keeping up with the Kardashians.
No, it won't be that. It'll just be the Kardashians.
It'll be the Kardashians.
They absorb everyone.
Yeah.
All right,
ride
guys.
off with
Well,
that.
we got some sad news here for me and BC. But Saquon Barkley, he became the biggest news of the offseason when he chose to sign with the Eagles after starting his career with the rival team, the Giants. Well, the Eagles followed Saquon on his first day as an Eagle and posted it on social media. However, there is one part that is getting a lot of attention. Listen to this.
But my daughter, funny story with her, she knows there's a lot of history in my career with the Eagles. I remember one time when I was with the Giants and we lost to Philly in the playoffs. We went to diner to get some breakfast and there was a bird and she was like, Daddy, oh no. And I'm like, what is it? She points to the bird and she was like, it's the Eagles. And me and Anna, we just started laughing and I just put my head down. I just kind of start shaking. So when I told her that we're going to be going to Philly, she kind of was just like, does that mean we're going to win now? And I just started smiling again. And I was like, hopefully we can win some more games here.
Oh, my gosh. So Saquon immediately addressed the situation and posted on social media. Man, I tell you, what some of you get on this app and reach for is anything. Are we reaching, or did Saquon take a little shot at the Giants?
No, you guys are reaching. Y'all are reaching. Y'all suck. Y'all lost games.
It was a little sub. He probably didn't mean it. He was just telling his story, but it was a little sub.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was.
He was telling a beautiful
Talking about,
story.
Oh, yeah, we're going to start winning now. Oh, yeah. Keep your ass on the field. Keep your ass on the field. Then we could have won.
Right? Could have won then.
That's BC in the booth. Just to be clear, full transparency, because in journalism you have to be clear, right? You gotta. Everybody have to understand where everybody sits. BC's a huge Giants fan, and Andrew. Sorry, guys.
Nah, ain't no sorry.
Yeah.
He knew what he was doing.
I ain't got no sense when it comes to the Giants.
He knew what he was doing. He's the ops now. He's the ops now, man.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, you got to go to the other side, bro. Like, we love what you did for us. Same with Odell, but it's over, bro. It's over, man.
You said no, it ain't over.
Now that he's with the Eagles, he's the ops. You couldn't stay on the field anyway, sir. No.
You really think he knew what he was doing?
Yeah, you don't share that story and post it unless you want that out there.
Yeah.
He ain't posted. He was driving. They was interviewing him.
Right, but
Like he didn't review it. Though. He didn't review it. He didn't say, "Oh yeah, let me."
No, you don't review it. You
Like,
sit
nah,
down,
just
do
let
it,
that
and
go.
keep it moving.
All right.
Yeah, that was calculated. That he said that for a reason.
Yeah.
All right.
Which is
think
cool. You could do that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm just saying,
He knew.
he knew.
Exactly. He knew the repercussions.
Absolutely. But
He said he wanted to share a cute story from his daughter. That was a cute story.
He could have left out a couple of parts.
that's when you put icing on shit. But earlier this week, we had a great interview with Dak Prescott's brother, guys, Tad, who aspires to get into the business and certainly knows how to voice his opinion. After the show, we asked Tad some more questions, including who are his top 10 NFL QBs right now. Let's take a listen real quick.
Ted, top five quarterbacks or top 10 quarterbacks, 5 to 10 quarterbacks in the NFL. Give us your
Right now,
Yep, in order.
from 1 to 10,
Yep.
Pat Mahomes. See where my hand at on the screen. There we go. Pat Mahomes, Dak Prescott. I used to be a fan, but he didn't kind of drop. Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. I still hold Aaron Rodgers as the top 5 quarterback. Joe Burrow. With 4 more.
Jalen
Let me
Hurts.
go through. Who?
Jalen Hurts.
You said quarterbacks, not running backs.
What's your thoughts, Mo?
Man, that's disrespectful, man. I mean, I get the NFC East rivalry and all that, and like it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
But He doesn't actually think that. There's no way, right? Like he's just messing around.
I mean, what's your thought?
like a lot of people think Jalen's the best quarterback in that division. Like
Right.
I think he is.
Really?
Yeah. You don't think so?
You think he's better? You'll take him over Dak Prescott?
I would.
Why?
I would. He's had more success. Like he almost won the Super Bowl last year. He's better rounded than Dak is right now. He's better in the clutch. He's a good playoff performer. That's a big part.
Those are great reasons.
Those are really good,
What about
solid reasons.
So you're not counting, all the yards that he threw for Dak Prescott, the touchdowns to interception ratio. Like we're just going to ignore
what are we trying to do here? We're trying to win games, or we're trying to look.
Thank you.
Give us a horn, BC. You said
That's
it,
what
bro.
I'm talking about.
Look, he's so accurate. The monitor came back on. No, you said it, bro. Like we trying to get to the chip.
Yeah.
So
man.
like, sorry, sorry, Dak.
How do you feel about his list, right? What was it? Patrick Mahomes 1, Dak Prescott 2, 3 was Lamar Jackson, 4, did he say Josh Allen? Like, what did you think about
I
his?
mean, yeah. If my brother was Dak, I would also have him in the top 2. Like he's not a top 5 quarterback.
He's not.
Dak, no.
What's your top 10 in the NFL?
We got to get that.
My top 10? All right, well, I don't want to miss anyone, so like put up like a general list, but just off the top of my head, for sure, Pat.
Hold on, let's put up the list first.
You
We
want
got
the
a
list or
wrestling
the
ready.
teams? Would
No,
that
the
help
top.
if
Just
you-
put top NFL quarterbacks.
All right, I got you.
This is Brandon Marshall, Sirius XM Faction Talk, and this is called a heart reset when you're trying to buy time. You got Mo in the middle, BC in the booth, Andrew out west, and we're talking about Ted Prescott's comments, and he said Jalen Hurts is a running back, not a quarterback, as he was taking us through his top 10 quarterback list in the NFL today. Patrick Mahomes was 1, and Dak Prescott was 2. Now we have Mo in the middle, Mo Hasan. Mo Hasan thought he was a white guy, but he cleared the air and said that he's Hispanic and also Middle Eastern.
Yep.
Middle Eastern.
So I don't smell like bologna anymore?
You don't smell like bologna, and not all black guys look the same.
We figured it out, guys.
So
That's
do we
funny,
have
bro.
the list?
I've never heard that one before. I'm gonna add that to my
Yeah.
to the toolbox.
You got to get to the cookout. You got to get to the cookout.
Cookout. Do I got the invite to the cookout?
Yeah, you one of us.
Yeah,
You one of us. Yeah.
Come through, pull up.
Is this the list?
Yeah, it's just they don't
There's
put like
just a bunch
pictures.
of random guys. All right, top 5. Let's go. Pat.
No, top 10.
Top 10.
All
Yeah.
right, we're going 10. We're going Pat.
Okay.
We're going Lamar.
2.
Yes.
Woo!
South Florida guy. I played 7-on with him. He was our receiver in 7-on-7. Dog.
Really?
Oh, yeah. 3. Let's go Aaron Rodgers, coming off the Achilles.
Ooh, I love it.
He's about to have a great year. 4. Josh Allen. 5. Let's go Brock Purdy.
Whoa.
Damn,
Brock.
that's a big
He
statement.
put some respect on Brock.
He said Big Brock
said
without
Big
a pause,
Brock,
though.
yeah.
You got to pause that.
He put
Hey, no pause, no pause.
No pause.
yo.
Forcing it.
Bro,
So you said
Brock gets a lot of hate, man.
But we still got
No,
5 more to go
Just
now.
in general.
I love Brock. I don't think he's top 5, but I love Brock.
Yeah.
What's 6 through
And
10?
He's young, too.
I didn't hear no Justin Herbert. I didn't hear no Jalen Hurts. I didn't hear no Joe Burrow. Damn.
Yeah, I forgot Joe. Yeah, I forgot Joe. Let's slide Joe at 4. Let's swap Josh Allen and Joe Burrow.
And then, so you gonna keep Brock at 5?
So then it's become yeah.
Come on, start over. Start over.
All right, we said Pat.
Okay.
We went Lamar. We went Joe Burrow now.
This guy doesn't know. What's up with your list?
You had Aaron third.
I said
I wrote it down.
Who's my third?
It was
Aaron.
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Aaron. Oh, yeah.
Here go to the list of the teams, bro. Look, you got C.J. Stroud here. You got Russell Wilson.
Nah.
Come on, stop
Damn.
hating. You got your boy Jalen Hurts. You got Baker Mayfield. Can he potentially be in the top 10? What about this kid out in Detroit? Jared Goff. What about Jordan Love?
Caleb's going to end up top 10 too, which is crazy. At the end of this year.
What about our guy who was just traded to Jacksonville? Those two guys, you got two dogs. Mac Jones, Alabama.
You want Mac in the top 10? You're crazy.
I'm just asking. And what's our guy in front of him? I'm just giving you the list. I'm giving you the field.
Yeah.
So we got Pat, Lamar, Aaron. Let's say that's the lock for the top 3, right?
That's my
All
top
right, so
three.
let's start
Then-
at 4.
Yeah. Then you go Joe Burrow.
Okay.
He's coming off injury, but he's going to get back right.
Okay.
He just got Trent Brown at tackle. He's got like the 2 largest human beings at offensive tackle as humanly possible.
Okay. So he's
Joe Burrow at
protected.
time is a dangerous thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's LSU Joe Burrow. And what do we say? 5. We
You
said Brock.
Purdy. You.
Yeah, we're going Brock, and then we're going Josh Allen right there on that 6.
Okay.
Then at 7 now.
CJ Stroud, Jordan Love, Jared Goff, Danny Dimes.
I like CJ. I like CJ
Yes.
a lot. I think
Yes.
he's a dog.
CJ after Josh?
Yeah,
Okay.
I like CJ.
Got 2 more.
Jalen Hurts.
Mm.
Oh,
no, 3
why,
more.
why no? Why no? Everybody keep talking about Kirk Cousins, Mr. Bag, Big Bag.
That's a good question. It's
Nope.
that playoff record.
Nope.
He said no. No, you so BC funny today, dog. His little ad libs is so funny today.
Should we go Stafford?
Why not?
Yeah.
Okay. Matthew
I like
Stafford at 8.
Matt.
Yeah, you talking about should we? It's you. You
It's
talking about
me?
this is your top 10.
Yeah.
This is my definitive top 10. All right, what are we at now? 8?
Matthew Stafford was your 8, so we need 9 and 10.
Caleb's gonna end up being a top 10 guy after this season. So go Caleb.
Caleb.
Are we going rookies too? We'll go. Caleb.
No,
No,
man.
so active,
no.
Yeah,
All right.
active.
Okay, active.
Let's go Tua.
Tua.
Okay.
Okay. And then who's the
And
final
then,
person?
And then we'll go Herbert.
Okay. All right, so let me list that back. By the way, guys, we're coming up on our 2-minute drill. We got Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Brock Purdy, Josh Allen, C.J. Stroud, Matthew Stafford, Tua Justin Herbert. And on the outside of that, we have Caleb Williams coming into the league next year.
Justin could move up now with Harbaugh, and we'll see what they do at receiver. They don't have any receivers right now, but I think they might take Malik Neighbors.
Okay.
With their draft pick.
So no Hurts, no Dak.
Yeah, this guy's
that
top,
top
10.
10.
You just lost so much credibility with your top 10.
Bro, I want to know what you got.
Trash.
What you got?
All right, let me listen. And I'm gonna just. I don't know, right? Like I ain't have time to really prepare for this, but it's gonna be better than yours. Okay. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, don't at me. Don't at me. Aaron Rodgers. Or what are you talking about? The best thrower of football ever. Kidding me? You kidding me? What you talking about? I don't give a damn about no Achilles. I don't give a damn about all that. Aaron Rodgers, man. Finer with wine. What is it? Winer you get for? What does it say? What is it?
Fine.
Age like fine wine.
Age
There
like
we
fine
go.
wine.
So that's 2. All right? Okay?
Hey, real quick about Aaron.
No, I'm on my this is my time.
I want to ask you.
Remember, guys, we're
This is
in
my
2 minutes.
time. Yeah, I'm taking my time with this. Number 3. Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow, are you kidding me? You're a general manager. You keep talking about putting your general manager hat on, Andrew. You're sitting here, and Aaron Rodgers is off the board. Patrick Mahomes is off the board. And now you're sitting here. You went and take Joe Burrow next? What are we talking about here, guys? Number 4. Give me Lamar Jackson. Action Jackson. Woo, is he special? 2 Super Bowls? 2 MVPs in these first couple years in the league? What are we talking about here? He's going to win a Super Bowl. 5. I'm holding hope. I believe in this guy. I really do. Josh Allen. Come on, Josh. Now, the Super Bowl window may have closed. It may have closed. I do think he'll get one, but come on. Josh Allen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I got the bottom half. 6. Ooh, I'm about to do it. I'm going to do it. Mama, I'm going to do it. Can you guess what I'm going to say?
CJ Stroud.
CJ Stroud! Welcome to the top 10!
I already know it.
Are you kidding me?
I know
Are you
it.
kidding me? Who did we have on the show? Was it you that you said talking about? Oh, I can't put C.J. Stroud mostly. I can't put C.J. Stroud because I like consistency. I need to see.
Nah, I had him in my top 10. I probably had him ranked higher.
No, you didn't even say C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
No, you
You had
didn't.
him. No, you had him at
20. You had him at 20.
7.
I had him at 7.
You had him at 20, and we didn't even do 20.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud.
You had him one above.
Yeah.
All right, so that's 6. 4 more quarterbacks. Who am I missing here? Ooh. I got some names. Hold on. I got some names.
Do you got names or not,
names.
bro?
Because I want this.
You got names,
I
bro?
want to be clear here on this top 10. I'm going to go Joe Burrow. No, not Joe Burrow. Brock Purdy.
That's your 7?
That's 7.
Okay.
8, I'm going to go Jared Goff. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. 9.
Goff over Herbert's crazy.
Yes.
That's a crazy thing.
I'm going up. Did you not watch last year? The last 2 years? The last year and a half. Did you not watch?
Different team, different football team.
Did you not watch?
I watched.
The
Goff.
like he was like a surgeon.
He played well.
Extremely well.
He played well.
Jared Goff. Where we at? 1, 2,
You at 8.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We had Jared Goff there. I'll go Justin. Thank you.
You just broke PR Sniper's heart.
10. I'll go Tua. No. 10. I'm going. Don't at me. Don't at me. Don't at me.
He's looking at you, BC.
You know where I'm going.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Who?
Dak
do it.
Prescott.
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, he gonna go with Russell Wilson.
The most winning against quarterback.
For number 10, too.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Russell at 10. Tua at. No, I ain't going 2. I'm going Dak at 11. Dak at 11. 12, I'm going Tua.
Whoa. Top 10.
No, I'm keep going. 13.
This is Brandon's top 32.
13. Jordan Love.
These guys are wild cards on the outside looking in.
14. No, I ain't even gonna put him on 14. I'm gonna
Sam
put him on
Howell.
the board. This dude this year could be anywhere from 4 to 10.
Ooh.
Kyler Murray. I'm not even gonna put him on.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put him at 14. I'm gonna put Kyler Murray as a star. You gotta watch this guy. Asterisk.
Over Jalen Hurts.
Kyler Murray. Jalen Hurts is 14.
Jesus Christ.
Jalen Hurts is 14
Hey,
on my
no
list.
running backs allowed, according to Tad.
Asterisk. Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray's gonna have a phenomenal year. And the Cardinals are going to shock and surprise a lot of guys. Now, where I'm off a little bit here, a bunch. Jalen Hurts should not be at 14.
Right.
Jalen Hurts should not be at 14.
crazy.
So what we going to do is
Jalen Hurts made the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
What we going to do is I'm going to put Jalen Hurts down. I'm going to put Jalen Hurts.
You gotta slide him above Dak.
I'm gonna slide him way up. I'm tripping. I'm gonna put Jalen Hurts right after CJ Stroud, and everybody else got to be bumped down. So you got Patrick
So that means Russell's
Mahomes,
out.
Aaron Rodgers, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Jared Goff, Justin Herbert, Russell Wilson. Hell, nope.
You left your boy out the top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Russell Wilson.
Back in.
I'm gonna put Russell Wilson for real. We're talking about winning. That's what you said. That's the only thing that matters. Most winningest quarterback through 10 years. So we're going to let me start it over again.
Yo, this list is
What have
Hold on,
you
hold on,
done
hold on.
for
I got it.
me lately?
Patrick Mahomes, 1. A-Rod, 2. Joe B, 3. Lamar, Action Jackson, 4. Josh Allen, 5. C.J. Stroud, 6. Jalen Hurts, 7.
I think that's where
Russell
goes.
Wilson, 8.
Wow.
Then you got Brock. Then you got Jared Goff. Nope. You got Justin Herbert.
Not biased or anything.
Justin Herbert.
No, not at all.
Then Jared Goff. Then Tua. Then Dak.
Wow.
Who's that guy? Dak, Tua, Dak. And then who did I have at 12?
You had Jordan
Love.
Love after that, and then Kyler Murray.
No, who's this dude right here at 12? I said Tua, Dak, and then this right here. Then Love, and I'm missing. What is this? Somebody right there.
Kyler Murray, you had it.
Kyler Murray is
as
just
a
he's
asterisk.
bouncing. He's bouncing.
His back
Anyway.
original 12 was Tua though, just so you know.
Okay.
Man, you was just going hard for Dak, and now he's all the way out of your top 10. You just said he was, Hall of Fame worthy quarterback.
And listen, I had time to sit down.
Winning.
I had time today.
Oh, yeah,
winning.
time today.
I had time today to really think through it. I like my list. I love this week. I love this show. Thank you, Mo Hasan, for joining our show the last 2 days. It was a blessing. Would really love to, figure out a way where you come on and can continue to contribute. These next couple of weeks will be interesting, but we'll continue to deliver these phenomenal shows. BC in the booth, Andrew out west, Brandon the Beast, Mo in the middle, and that is Paper Route. Peace.